everyone, welcome to another week of ProMAX Tech Talks. I have Mike and Nathaniel on the line, and this week we're going to be talking about how to master the video production process. Now, before we get started, if you're not already subscribed to our channel, hit that red button below and you'll start receiving updates anytime we put new content on our YouTube channel. So to get this started off, Nathaniel, what are the stages of the video production process, like from a general standpoint? What does that look like?
Yeah, from a general standpoint, I mean, you've got three basic phases in production. You've got pre-production, which is where you're planning everything. Production itself, which is generally where people are actually out shooting the content itself. And then you've got post-production, where you're taking, whether it's graphics and VFX or actual video you shot, and editing that, putting that all together. Which could include, depending on how granular you want to get, could also include finishing, which is part of some processes and not all. But in general, it's kind of that pre-production, production, and post-production.
Cool. And what types of technology are people typically using as they go through these different stages of the production process?
Early on is all over the map. I mean, I've got customers, I've got a lot of friends that use everything from OneNote to, Monday.com to there's applications that are specifically designed for like storyboarding. But I mean, you can use a notebook to do pre-production, plan everything out, organize everything. The production side, that's where you see a lot of the tools that you might see at like an NAB. That's where you have your cameras, your workstations, your various VFX and graphics applications. And then post, again, you're still using your workstations, but you're moving a little bit from creating content from scratch and into let's put this content together into some kind of.
Awesome. Thanks for that, Nathaniel. So, Mike, as a video team's going through their production process, what does that typical workflow look like?
Generally, they would need to plan out most of their shots if you're going to be either interviewing people or just going out and just shooting B-roll. There's a couple of different ways to do it, actually infinitely many ways of doing it, essentially. But the basics would be just to plan it out, see what you need to shoot, how much you're going to be shooting, how many people you're going to be doing with, your locations, all that good stuff. What kind of cameras, what kind of microphones you're going to be using, lighting, like just equipment, anything on location, whatnot you're going to be using. That's just sort of the essentials of shooting. And then obviously when you get back to your office or house or whatnot, you're going to be ingesting all your stuff. So you need to plan where you're going to be storing everything, what kind of computers you're going to be using, who's going to be doing what, and plan that out too, because you have to know what your end process and what your end goal is going to be too. Like, are you going to be exporting HD? You're going to be doing online only? Are you going to be making a movie, like sending it off to like a reel? All sorts of stuff. So, going to plan out what you're going to want to do in the end. So.
Yeah, and that's a great point, Mike, because you've got to look at both, what you're going to be using, those tools that you're using, that's part of the pre-production process, as well as what's your end goal for the content. So, you have to be making informed decisions in pre-production on, what camera are we using, but also, if it's, like you said, Mike, if it's a talking head interview, what questions do we want to be asking? What points do we want to be making about, whatever the topic is?
Great. So, Nathaniel, what are some common hurdles you see people encounter during their video production process when you're talking to prospective clients or current clients?
Common hurdles. I mean, we deal with storage and asset management organizations, so that's most of the hurdles that we deal with on a daily basis. But that certainly is not by any stretch the main or only hurdles that people run into. I mean, there's all sorts of hurdles. I mean, that could be everything from the weather to not having the right lens for a shot, to you've got a bunch of R3D footage and you've got an old iMac that can't handle it. So there's an infinite amount of hurdles What we wind up generally dealing with here at ProMAX is, talking to people where, they're copying a bunch of data. They don't know where everything's at. They don't have things backed up properly. Those are the hurdles we deal with on a daily basis with our clients. Whereas, in a broader spectrum of video production in general, there is good or bad an infinite amount of hurdles.
Absolutely, absolutely. They're always going to be finding new things they get snagged on. So, what are some ways that video teams can improve their production process, whether that's through some of the processes they do internally or some technology that they can add to their workflow? Mike, do you want to start us off on that one?
It's just a lot of planning, like to sum it all up, really. Just making sure like who you're gonna be working with, how many people, budget's gonna be a big thing. Um, so how much you're gonna be really spending on this production. Um, Again, what's the end goal here? It's gonna plan. It's a lot of planning.
Yeah, and I think you got to look at it as an iterative process. Like, a production process should never be 100% done. You should constantly be looking at how can we improve this? How can we improve this? And constantly analyzing. I think where I've seen a lot of people make mistakes is not taking the time to step back and saying, okay, how can we do that better? And then making those adjustments. And, again, a lot of that's, process or communication or technology, but don't limit how you can look at how can we improve this, because there's always ways to improve.
Absolutely. Definitely always be refining your process if you have something like that, because as you continue to go through it, there's going to be new technology that comes out. There's going to be new ways of doing things. So getting stuck in the old ways, you're just going to be falling behind. And to wrap this question up about the video production process, so how would so say we were talking the other day and we were saying that the world just needs more video. How can video production teams get to a point to scale where they can make more video? Nathaniel, you want to touch on that one since we were talking about it?
Yeah, I mean, that's obviously a very big question. I think one of the trends that I see all over the place in the marketing world is the need for more video, where, our customers are doing, mostly very high-end video, very professional, Hollywood level video, which everybody wants. Everybody needs it in certain parts of their business. And then there's other parts of your business, like you look at, an SEO strategy or a social media strategy. And what is effective in those areas is not always just higher production value, but at the same time, you have to have process around that. Where I think a lot of our customers probably will end up going is doing a mixture of both of those. The good news is, it really is just the world needs more video because this is how people communicate. It's how we communicate in business anymore. There's a lot more video content than phone calls these days, which is kind of weird, but kind of makes sense at the same time. But I think it's really going to be important for a lot of production companies to kind of look at like this content. This is honestly, this is really crappy quality content, right? Like from a production standpoint, but at the same time, we're recording this and talking about relevant things that people need to know and be talking about. So, I think a lot of whether they're internal video teams or external agencies are going to, still have a lot of the high-end content that they're already doing, but finding ways to create workflows where you're getting this kind of, almost I'd call it like casual content, and being able to put that out in a very fast way is absolutely a new, both a new revenue stream for some companies and just a whole new product offering for others.
Absolutely. And to go back to something you said at the beginning of that statement, I find it kind of funny. As you were saying, there's less phone calls and more video,
Yeah.
but most of that video is being made on a phone now. So it's just kind of this weird way how the tables have turned. You're still using the phone, but for a different purpose.
That is funny.
So to wrap this up, is there anything else you think we should be talking about in regards to video production? Mike?
Just gonna keep it clean because there's so many things that we can touch on that filling many variables.
How about you, Nathaniel?
No, like you said, I think you said the statement more video. That's what everybody needs, and that's more high-end, high-quality video for certain purposes, and that's more of this kind of casual video for other purposes.
Absolutely. Like Nathaniel was saying, getting your messaging right is important for any video, but when it comes to some of this shorter, a little bit more scrappy social media stuff, even what we're putting together, getting the right message is going to be really important compared to getting a high quality camera and really high production value. Save some time and just get that message right. So thanks everyone for joining us for this week. Thanks Mike and Nathaniel for joining us. We'll be on next week with another topic. If you haven't already, follow our social media accounts and hit that red subscribe button like I said at the beginning, and we look forward to talking to you and have a great week. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. See ya.